This is an epidemic that is it's really unbelievable in scale. It's affecting people of all ages, all ethnic groups, all demographics, all income classes, all geography. It's everywhere, and it's a huge, huge problem. I've heard it in every county that I have visited in my state, in all 67 counties of Pennsylvania. I've heard about how big this problem is. In fact, more Pennsylvanians will die this year from heroin overdoses and the misuse of opioid painkillers than from the flu or homicides. Doctor shopping is the process whereby a person goes to multiple doctors and gets multiple prescriptions for perhaps the same opioid. Maybe it's oxycodone or some kind of prescription painkiller, and then goes to multiple pharmacies, gets them all filled, and ends up walking out of the pharmacy with this huge quantity of these very powerful, very addictive opioids, which they then sell on the black market. This is fraud. This is people who are systematically abusing these programs so that they can obtain commercial scale quantities of a very valuable narcotic, which is also very dangerous and very addictive because it can be lucrative. You know why it's lucrative? In part, because the American taxpayer pays for their supply. That's how outrageous this is. These people are getting a prescription, getting multiple prescriptions, going to multiple pharmacies, and when the prescription is filled at all of these pharmacies, these multiple occasions, the bill is submitted to Medicare, and Medicare reimburses. There's another category of people who end up with multiple prescriptions, and it's completely innocent. And there's no commercial, no criminal intent whatsoever. There's no criminal activity. But it's people who, especially elderly people, who have multiple illnesses, and they have different doctors who treat them. And in many cases, there's not a good coordination of the care for those patients. There's nobody coordinating what all of the doctors are doing. And so doctors separately, and if it weren't for what other doctors are doing appropriately, give a prescription for a powerful narcotic, they don't know that there's another doctor doing the same thing, and this patient unwittingly ends up with an excessive quantity of these opioids. The legislation that I have introduced addresses both problems. Here's what it does. The bill authorizes Medicare, when Medicare discovers that a beneficiary is obtaining multiple prescriptions well beyond what any individual should appropriately have, then Medicare would have the authority to require that person to get their prescriptions in the future from one doctor and get that filled at one pharmacy.